Hello everyone, welcome to another constructed video on MTG Arena. So today I'm playing a deck that Frank Karsten actually wrote about this last week, and this is Jund Warriors. So this is a tribal deck, oddly enough, because Warrior is not a tribe you see supported very often, and basically the tribal payoff here is just Unclaimed Territory. There's really nothing else. We don't have anything like Chief at the Edge or Chief of the Scale. The only reason to do this, to play almost entirely Warriors, is because it makes it really easy to cast Goblin Chainwhirler in addition to other powerful cards. Almost every land in our deck makes red. We have 22 red sources for Goblin Chainwhirler, 18 for Rekindling Phoenix, which is still plenty. But by getting the red count so high for Chainwhirler, we're also able to play things like Status Statue, which is obviously a combo with Chainwhirler if in effect, if not in cost. So this is honestly I was first interested because this deck is extremely similar to the green-black aggro deck I played a couple weeks ago, and I really liked that deck. It was the main thing I used to try to climb on the ladder. And this deck has a few things going for it that I think might make it even better. One is Rekindling Phoenix. Instead of an interactive top end in Ravenous Chupacabra and Vraska, we have a resilient, aggressive top end in Rekindling Phoenix. And since we're mostly an aggro deck anyway, I think that's fine. Goblin Chainwhirler is obviously a fantastic card, and even more fantastic in a world where a lot of people are playing the mono blue deck. Being able to sweep up all the Siren Stormtamers and stuff is awesome. And where the other deck kind of inherently had to play fair, we don't. Because even if, like, they kill our Pelt Collector and our Growth Chamber Guardian and we don't get anything going aggressively, we can always just on turn 4 play a Chainwhirler and then status it and play go into their board and come back from pretty much any amount of disadvantage. So I really liked that. I've decided to play this deck in best of one because basically I've wanted to try Goblin Chainwhirler plus Status Statue in best of one for a while. This feels like the type of very powerful, proactive game plan that can still interact at least a little that would be good in a best of one format, and so I wanted to try it out. So go ahead and run it through. Maybe I'll make another set of videos with some sideboarding stuff. I think any other specific interactions will come up as we go, so we'll go ahead and hop right in. Okay, first game with our Jund Chainwhirler deck. Yeah, this hand's fine. Got some interaction and some aggressive creatures. We can even play this on Warrior on turn 1 to go Pelt Collector into Gutterbones and play our tap land on 2. Don't really love having 4 lands just because that's like as high as our deck's... Oh. In deck duress, huh? Alright. Goodbye, Status Statue. Well, I'm glad to draw another interactive card. There's probably some argument for not going Overgrown Tomb on 2, just because... Wow, so is this going to be like a mono-black control? What did this do? Kills a flyer or pumps up our guy? Sure. Oh, but yeah, this way we can't Chainwhirler on 3, but it looks like even if we drew a Chainwhirler, that's not necessarily what we're trying to do here anyway. Wow. Man, there are not very many non-creatures in our deck, and to both have one in our opener and then draw into 2 more for their duresses, really not good for us. And we drew 5th land, which I was worried about. Things are not starting off well here. Them missing their land drop is good. Us hitting another land is very bad. It's only going to take like 1 real card from a reactive deck to put us away here. Oh my gosh. We're drawing like every non-creature in our deck. Would really love a Rekindling Phoenix here. Well, if they keep missing, I guess Gutterbones can go the distance. Oh, that's a good draw. Continue to name Warrior, I guess. We've got plenty of red for a Phoenix, and that plus our Rix Maadi Reveler, who is a shaman, are the only creatures that aren't warriors. And the Reveler only costs single red, so that's like not really a concern. Oh, they hit their 3rd land. Main deck Cry of the Carinarium is very mean to our Gutterbones, but that is a-okay, because Growth Chamber Guardian's a good card. Okay, I feel like we really stole that one, but cool. Go ahead and hop into another. Okay, second match with Jund Warriors. I thought it was kind of funny that it displayed my rank as what I finished last season until I won the game. So it was like I won and I dropped a tier and a half. Sure. Man, having a tri-land as far as Warriors concerned is really nice. Again, we can go Pelt Collector into Collector tap land and then grow them later. Okay, this is probably like a tokens deck. They got a plains, sure, makes sense. Let's go with Warrior. Tokens is probably a rough matchup. Like, our creatures don't get so big, and they don't usually trample, so we're gonna have some trouble, like, just killing them. But, I don't know, maybe we can get something going. Like I said, I'm just gonna kind of slow roll as far as I want to get our grow both of our Pelt Collectors. I guess that's not super a concern. I could have just like played a 2-drop this turn and the next turn played Pelt Collector plus another 2-drop. History of Analia, sure. Go ahead and name Warrior again. It's funny how many Warriors are in Standard right now. I feel like that's like kind of a fringe type that they just use when something isn't quite a knight or a soldier. But here, we just have a lot of the best creatures are all Warriors. Yep, and I'm okay with trading off here. It sucks that they're sort of guaranteed to get like 2-for-1 value off of their history, but this card was going to get that value anyway, and I'm happy with trading off of my very cheap whatever creatures. So unfortunately, although this allowed us to play the Growth Chamber Guardian, it does not allow us to activate it. Yeah, they play like a Loxodon here. That's not even a Loxodon, but it's still scary. We are in trouble. Probably gonna have to Lightning Strike that, but then like my attacks still aren't very good. They're kind of running out of gas, which is good for us, but all it takes is like one March of the Multitudes into Venerated Loxodon and we're pretty screwed. Okay, so that means that I can do here is I can shoot down this Knight of Autumn. And then I'm actually just going to attack with the Pelt Collectors here, since now we can grow our Growth Chamber Guardian. And then I'm going to play Reveler, pitching Blood Crypt. Am I? I might actually be supposed to hold on to this to draw 3 cards at a later turn. It does seem pretty attractive in this spot. Yeah, I'm gonna slow my roll here. This might be a mistake, because it's going to be kind of hard to connect with a creature. Like, if they play anything, it'll be pretty hard to activate the Spectacle on this. But the payoff, if I can do so, is extremely high. 3 cards could be enough to turn this game. And there's always just doing that. Alright, I think I need to play around March of the Multitudes here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shock this in, because that leaves up both activating this and casting Lightning Strike. I'll have to be sure not to let this tap me that way. Yeah, this is an interesting spot. If they don't do anything, like if they just chump and, or like trade chump and take 2, I might look to play the Reveler. Right, they're just going to take the damage. Now, is this worth it? I think it is. I lose the Lightning Strike, which is a little unfortunate, but 3 cards is a lot of cards. Yep, March of the Multitudes, as expected. Oh, yes. Oh, please don't play a Venerated Loxodon. Please, one time. One time. This is a fun match to be playing because I think this is a great example of the strengths and weaknesses of this version of the deck versus the version I was playing before, the straight red, green, black deck. Because, one, we have some cards that are worse, like Lightning Strike, just a much worse card in this scenario than... I'm doing this right now because they look like they're probably holding up another March, and they'll need to... this clears their creatures so they don't get to use it to make more. I suppose I could have attacked in to force them to blow it, but I think this is fine. Basically clearing out a lot of blockers and growing my guys, and then I'm going to attack for a lot of damage. But yeah, Lightning Strike, much worse against tokens than anything in the green-black deck, but Goblin Chainwhirler is a complete game changer by itself, so that completely turns things around. There could be some argument for playing a Gruul Spellbreaker and attacking here, but I think I want to be able to grow the Guardian if they tried to gang up there. We don't quite have the kill here. If they block the 3/3s and take 6, they'll gain 2. So they don't even have to chump with all 3. But... yeah, basically by not playing the Gruul Spellbreaker... oh, I might have been threatening lethal, though. They block the 3s, take 4... no, they would have lived. So yeah, here I'm just going to let them block like that. Get them very low. Play this guy as a 4/4. Rar. Oh wait, was that lethal? Because it would have given these guys trample. I still don't think so, but I should have thought this all through more. There were a bunch of different ways I could have played that turn. And I think what I chose was fine, but there was probably a better way to do it. Ixalan's Binding, just a little too slow here. Like, we have way too much going on. Looks like we are off to a quick 2-0 start, which is fine by me. Rar. I feel like it can't be often in this deck that you could play a Rekindling Phoenix pre-combat to grow Pelt Collectors, but it won't because they're already 4/4s. But between Spellbreaker and the Phoenix, we got a lot of ways to grow the Pelt Breakers, so this is... or Pelt Collectors. This is probably a really good deck for them. Alright, game 3 with Jund Warriors. I don't love this hand, but I think it's okay. Oh no. Oh no. Already drawing 5th land, again, not great. This deck has 25 lands, and it's got some good uses for a lot of the mana. Oh, please don't have a Spell Piercer dive down. What are the odds that they do? 11 trillion%? 15.7 million%? Yep. Oh. Oh, I'm so sad that Mono Blue won the Pro Tour, because this is such a miserable deck to play against, and now it's everywhere. Alright, I mean... guess we try to attack. Try to race, even though we're a million miles behind, and we're just gonna get Wizards retorted. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Well, I can play a Phoenix. Maybe they don't have any attacks, somehow. I have a spare Phoenix, so I will prioritize trying to eat the Pteramander here. Just cut off their cards. Huh. Interesting that they didn't have anything, like not even a dive down to get its toughness high enough. We might just, like, stick another Phoenix here and just stabilize. Like, they just can't attack anymore. Pteramander, sure. They only have 2 in here, so 1 more land and they can grow this, which would be quite bad for us, but gonna do what we can. I suppose 1 more land and we're dead, because we block 2. We take 6 if they have a land to grow this, which isn't technically dead, but it's, like, mostly dead. Come on. Give me the bad news. Tell me what's happening to me. Maybe they'll play a bunch of things that aren't adapting Pteramander, and we'll draw our Finality. I think there's only 1 in the deck, but that would be sufficient. Unfortunately, we don't have a Chainwhirler or a status statue, so we can't draw into the combo. I'm gonna play one of these and loot away this Overgrown Tomb here. I'm gonna try again. Just digging for things that aren't lands. Well, there's a Chainwhirler. If we draw a status statue, we could be in business. Yep, there's the land. Unfortunate. Yeah, and, like, if we'd gotten this a turn earlier, we could have killed the Pteramander, but that's, like, not really on the cards right now. I'm just gonna play this guy and start growing him. Or start making more. The Chainwhirler would just get rid of a Storm Tamer. I don't think that's worth it on this board. Yep. There are only 3 total Revelers, and so we don't really need to hold on to more lands. Unless we just draw the last one, but we can loot away an extra Ghost Chamber Guardian or whatever. Oh man, that's so bad. Wow. You're all 3 Curious Obsessions, huh? Oh boy, that was definitely a game against Mono Blue. Okay, back for game 4. Hopefully win a coin flip if we are against Mono Blue, something like that. Basic Mountain being a little troll here. Losing coin flips again. Same old, same old. Unclaimed Territory still doing work here, though. Okay. Don't love being on the draw against tokens. I don't really love being on the draw against anyone with this deck. I just really like to actually get to attack with a Pelt Collector. I feel like we've been on the back foot like every game. I would really like to draw either a green or a black land, so I could go Collector into Gutterbones to have a bunch of 2/2s so that this can't attack effectively anymore. This will go up in value later. Onto a Vanguard, sure. I might even, like, Rix Maadi pitch one of these Pelt Collectors, just to dig. Or... no, that doesn't work. Ah, dang. Well, I can still do what I just said. This will give me a good blocker to blank this Vampire. Hopefully dig me into more cards. Would love to find a Goblin Chainwhirler. Not gonna attack. If they play like a Banalish Marshal, I'll probably just block both. Yeah, our deck is surprisingly bad against a Danto Vanguard. Like, yep, Banalish Marshal. This is how they want to curve out. I'm gonna start preserving my life total. Just trade off both. This is trading a creature for life. This is trading a creature for one of theirs. Keep them off flipping Legion's Landing. Well, Goblin Chainwhirler, you're a little bit late. Here, I'm gonna play the Pelt Collector. And I'm just looking to Lightning Strike the Banalish Marshal. Hopefully they'll play in a way where they get some X1s onto the battlefield. Well, that's not an X1, but... I really wanted to see if I could nab some things with a Goblin Chainwhirler. And I might just block here again and Lightning Strike the Marshal. That would, Oh, do they have like a Spell Pierce or a Dive Down or something here? Okay, that would have been rough. But yeah, basically, each one of these creatures I'm just trading for some life of my own and a bunch of their life. I'm eating through their life total really quickly. Yep, another Legion's Landing, sure. Okay, so do I use status to get this extra knight token off the field? I don't think so, because the Chainwhirler kind of blocks the knight, or blanks the knights by itself. So, I don't really need to worry about that. And so basically what I'm doing here, I'm stabilizing the board, I'm keeping them off the 1/1s, and I got rid of their Marshal. And every time they pay for this, I'm just eating through their life total. So, like, once I have a better board... Huh, that is a scary card to do. Well, How do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to pass. Because then I can let them attack, and after they attack, I can kill the Deputy of Detention, get Chainwhirler back, they'll have to pay for this, and I get to just eat a knight for free. Hell, I can even trade a Gutterbones for a knight in that scenario. Yeah, and like they get to flip their Legion's Landing here, which is a little annoying, but I think this is going to be a very good turn for me. Yep, go to 4. Life total getting real low. I'm gonna go ahead and trade this off here. Because Gutterbones comes back. And also I just don't want to take 4. If this didn't have Vigilance, I would consider leaving Gutterbones around so I could try to tack in and pressure their life total, but hopefully we draw another status statue, that'd be pretty lit. Blow this up, get it back, just kill the Vanguard because they can't pay anymore. Also, I would be okay with just drawing a Lightning Strike. Nope, we draw 6th land instead. Unfortunate. We have like a couple turns to draw something good or this game's gonna slip away. Nope, that ain't it. Oh boy. Yeah, like here they get to make a token and they our life total's getting real low, and they're going to start building up their own board. Now Lightning Strike isn't an out anymore. Oh, Rekindling Phoenix, you are just a little too late. Not, like, too late. It still cuts off their attacks, kinda. Like, on board, they can't pay for a Danto Vanguard to keep it alive because that would put them to 0 before they gained life from these, so their attacks are, like, not good. And, they kinda have to just suicide a token here. Oh, or this guy. I wouldn't recommend paying opponent. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, we also, like, are kind of dead. Lightning Strike's an okay draw again. Not a Blood Crypt, though. We're dead? Wow, that's real unfortunate. If we drew this any of the last bunch of turns, we would have been fine, but just too much bad stuff in a row. Alright, 2-2. Let's see if we can finish positive. Okay, 5th and final game with Jund Warriors. I'm gonna try to finish with a positive record. Yeah, this hand looks good to me. I felt like the first 2 games, we just kind of did our thing and it was good enough. The game up against Mono Blue, basically no decks could possibly beat what they did. Like, they just had the absolute perfect curve, and that's why that deck is really good. It's just unbeatable when it does that. And last game, it just really felt like we were flooding out for a while. Are they gonna light up the stage here? No, skewer the critics. Okay, sure. Aggressive. Next turn we get to play a Gruul Spellbreaker and smash for bunches. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, and that's what I like on top of my curve. East. This might be a little aggressive. I might be supposed to hold 1 blocker back, but this is a lot of damage, and our board is much better. Sure, light up the stage. Okay, this is like a pure burn deck. Interesting. Paying a little bit of life here because Rekindling Phoenix is both worth an extra damage there, and it's a great blocker, so obviously worth the 2 life. Yep, sure. Opponent's still very dead on board. Yeah, like even here, these 2 guys have trample, so yep. Wow, that was a really fast game, but yeah, 3-2 overall. Maybe something about the deck needs work. I think that I will probably, if I play this more, go up to 4 Kraul Harpooners, because that's basically what I'm doing in every green deck where I lose to Mono Blue, because that card's by far your best tool against them. Like, if the Spell Pierce doesn't save their guys from it, even if they have Dive Down, you still get to grow your... You still get a creature out of the deal, and that creature has reach, so it can still block. It's just the best thing. So, yeah, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching.